he wanted to do a transformation in a way that had never been done before. He said he didn't seem to him right that if you're going to change into a werewolf that you would sit down in a chair like Lon Chaney Jr. did and plant your head in the corner of the chair so that you would stay still and not move until the transformation was complete. He really felt that it would be painful, and he wanted to show the pain, and he wanted him to be able to writhe all around in agony.
It was very difficult what I said, what I wanted for Rick, which was that in the script it's specific about how painful it is. It's not a pleasant experience. Also that it be in bright light, harsh light actually, which is very unfair to a makeup.
And so he said, so figure it out. So I said, okay, cool, because I've always, the Universal horror films always, it's what started me in the business. And I always liked that transformation stuff, and I loved werewolves, so I couldn't wait to sink my teeth into this one. And we ended up doing what we called change-o heads and change-o hands and change-o backs for the transformations, where we actually made, this is the #2 change-o head. We had a head that resembled a makeup that David wore. And this head had little like pneumatic rams that would actually push forms out and push the muzzle forward and the cheekbones, and it would actually physically change shape right in front of the lens. There were no opticals involved, which made for a kind of a disappointing shoot. We shot this in post-production. We finished the whole film. They had the wrap party, and then the next day we filmed the transformation with a smaller crew, and it was really, we'd get the camera set up, and John would say action, and they had to go, go, okay, cut. And he goes, oh, I think we got that. And it's like, you think we got that? We spend months on this, and that's it. So. Something that I liked about this, I really liked the second stage change-o head. What I did was there's two sides to it. It's very asymmetrical. This side over here is much more like the final wolf. It has a lot of the forms of the final wolf, and it's transformed more. This side is the more human side, and it's got more of what David looked like, and it's got a little more sympathy to it. It's a little sadder. This side's a little more evil. And this is one of the, I think we made 3 or 4 heads for American Werewolf in London. This is one of the wolf heads. John Landis wanted the wolf to be a demon dog from hell, basically. He wanted a 4-legged wolf. I was really pushing for a biped wolf, a 2-legged werewolf.
Yeah, I wanted the werewolf to be 4-footed. I wanted it to be a big wolf monster. It just was really ferocious looking, and it would just, be like this. The Rick or whoever, Elaine, whoever was working it, like Rick would be holding it, and all he had to do was go like that, and you'd go, ah! It really had tremendous life, and it was great. Rick and I disagree totally, but I think I showed it too much. I was very enamored of his work. I thought it was great, and I think I showed it too much, but he doesn't.
This particular head we used in the sequence in the moors where it first attacked Griffin Dunn. And it was like in the middle of the night, it was freezing cold, and I'm puppeteering this head. It's got like this big kind of scissor thing inside that makes the mouth work.
It was essentially basically a simple puppet, but he's beautifully sculpted.
The very first take, Griffin really got very into attacking, fighting with his wolf. Very first take, he grabbed onto the side of his face and completely pulled the foam rubber skin off the skull. So I'm out in the middle of no place, freezing cold, had to repair the damn thing. So the next take, I got my revenge on Griffin. So when I was puppeteering the thing, I was beating the shit out of him, basically, so. We also had these things that we called Nazi demons, as they were called in the script. And I wasn't quite sure what a Nazi demon was. But I always liked the shape of those Nazi helmets, so the first thing I did was kind of sculpt this helmet, and then I did a number of different designs. Some of them based on, looking in the mirror. One of them was this kind of bald guy with this kind of sideways grimacy face. And I did another one that was kind of a rotted wolf, like a werewolf, a rotten kind of werewolf kind of guy. A couple different crazy. Then another one was pretty much like a werewolfy kind of deal. It was just kind of like, fun monsters with Nazi helmets and knives and guns and stuff. You know, it was a fun sequence to shoot. John likes to blow up things, you know, so we had a lot of fun in that. You know, funny thing happened when we did An American Werewolf in London and did the transformation. People seemed to think that we could do anything. And a good example of that is when I got the script for Videodrome. David Cronenberg film. David sent me the script that had so much weird stuff in it that I just said, how the hell are we going to do this? And didn't have a clue about how to attempt some of this, but it was really challenging and fun. He had this gun that, you know, the James Wood character pulled out of his insides and became flesh and shot cancer, basically. And in the script, I think it said he was shot with this cancer bullet, and then the cancer started to multiply and grow all over his body. And I said, well, I don't know how the hell we're going to do that. So we ended up making a rubber likeness head of the actor that played Barry Convex, and had these hot melt vinyl cancerous tumor things that we puppeteered with our hands. And it was basically, we were under the floor operating this puppet and shoving this stuff up through and moving it around as he you know, was shot by this cancer gun. You know, I like making monsters. I definitely would like to have more opportunities making monsters, but I don't particularly want to do, you know, a Friday the 13th where all I do is kill teenagers in different ways. I don't find that as rewarding as actually creating a character of some sort, you know, be that character a monster or a fat black man, you know, whatever it is, you know, it's like, it's fun, you know. But I would definitely, I hope I get more opportunities to do horror films.
Whatever happened to Rick Baker, anyway, you know? It's too bad, because he was talented.